It's not about being happy or mad.
Once I have X amount of dollars in the bank, then I will be happy.
We dust the furniture, change the sheets.
Who's full of it?
Just waiting and hoping to be noticed.
Welcome to this week's episode of Truth Be Told. It's a brand new year. It's 2021, finally. And let me be probably the 100th person to wish you a happy new year. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to predict that this year is going to rock. Because really, it's what we make of it. And I'm going to do my best to make the best of this upcoming year. I'm excited. And as some of you know that we're on the call on Thursday night for the gathering that we do, I made a resolution. I am going to procrastinate a lot less in 2021. And I'm going to start it probably tomorrow or maybe the day after. But whenever I do, it's going to be awesome. And I'm really looking forward to it. Now, all jokes aside, this theme for this month is full of it. Who's full of it? I'm full of it. You're full of it. We're all full of it. And what are we full of? Well, we're full of all those things that we think we need to seek outside of ourselves, that we go looking out there for everything. For instance, people that have the idea that once I have X amount of dollars in the bank, then I will be happy. Or when I get to spend all my time on the beach traveling, then I'll be at peace. But what happens when people achieve those goals, instead of stopping and experiencing that feeling that they were hoping they would get from it, they just move the goalpost a little further and they keep on moving. And they never stop to really feel what it is that they were looking for. So one of the things that we can do is look back 10 years ago. What would you have been really happy to have back then that you have now? And stop and pay attention to it and be grateful and appreciative of it now. And remember that all these things, happiness, joy, love, peace, they are all a state of mind. They are within. And this is something that we can cultivate. So really, that's what a big part of the Soul Evolution Collaborative is all about. So please, I hope you enjoy this episode tonight. And if you're looking for just a simple and easy way to give us a little support and love, click like or share or send it to your friends. We hope that this message has something of value for you. I'm looking forward to our play on the word peace. I forgot what it was for a second. I hope you enjoy it. Have fun.
What is it about peace that sparks longing, desire, or a slowing of breath, and a softening of gaze? Its gentle voice echoes in the vast caverns of our hearts and mind. Maybe not so much an echo, but a reminder that it's not a stranger, although sometimes we welcome it as such. But instead, it is a wayward traveler returning home. So what do? We dust the furniture, change the sheets, fix its favorite meal in hopes that it will be comfortable in the house that we've created and not want to leave. We work in often not so quiet desperation to convince peace that we are a worthy partner, tenaciously scurrying here and there to put our best foot forward. I imagine this spectacle is a little humorous as peace tries to get a word in edgewise, as we frantically jabber as we often do. I can imagine it slips a few eye rolls our way, and maybe a light-hearted, although slightly annoyed sigh. It sits in the corner like a quiet, patient friend, just waiting and hoping to be noticed. And as our eyes quickly glance in its direction, we are hooked, locked in, its gaze melting away the shadows from our eyes and the cobwebs from our minds. It is in that moment that we are swept away, mesmerized by its presence, understanding in an instant that peace has always been there, sitting on the front porch, waiting for us to call it in, to eat, to drink, to be merry. And as we breathe in its aroma, peace is no longer a stranger, but instead is the sound of our own voice.
What a beautiful day. Freedom from disturbance, tranquility. This is peace. I feel full of it. Hey, whoa, guy, listen. I'm a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. As long as you got me around, you ain't feeling none of that peace stuff. Yeah, you're right. You are full of it. Why are you here? Because you have so many things to be angry about. I do? Oh yeah, remember all those things in your life that you hate so much? Who are... Oh, I'm the feeling of being upset or annoyed, especially because of inability to change or achieve something. Those feelings really grind my gears. What? How did this happen? Everything was so calm. Oh yeah, that's how it goes. Always starts off with high expectations and poof, it all falls apart. Why are you here? Because you did it again. You set your expectations so high, but you didn't think about how you'd actually react to it. Shut up, disappointment. You're the worst. Okay, just... Whoa, hey, we don't need any of that anger. Just chill. Oh, listen to you. You walk in, ruin everything. Look at Peace. He was so happy till you showed up. Somebody say happy? Not the time, man. Sounds like you guys have some issues. Does thinking about Peace really get you going that much? Hey, that guy is just full of it, okay? How could anyone be peaceful when there's so much to be angry about? Yeah, do you know how much I've tried to be peaceful? It's impossible. Something always gets in the way, like work, bills. It's like they show up every month. Not sure you know how bills work. I don't think you guys understand what peace is. It's not about being happy or mad or frustrated or whatever you are. It's not something to search for or reach out and find. Peace is something you already are. It only seems so challenging, like it's something you need to find when you're all pissed off and frustrated. But there is nothing that says you can't be centered and peaceful and recognize that there are things in the world worth being angry over. But I am angry. Yeah, that's the difference. If you identify as anger, then there's no room for being anything else. Dude, your whole identity is based around being angry. Without things to be angry about, who would you be? Do you laugh at jokes? Funny ones, yeah. Yeah, so there's room for funny, there's room for laughing, but you're still angry, man. Dude, I'm the same way. There's room for moments of anger, but I'm still peaceful. Wait, how can you be angry and peaceful at the same time? Nah, that's not it. You got to think differently about it. You spend all this time being something you're not, that it feels comfortable. See, for you, peace is something that is so far off in the distance, something that needs to be created. I know. Like we have to fix all these problems first, then the result will be peace. But nah. Peace is something you already are when you know it. But peace is the lens through which you see everything. Peace is the center of everything. It is our balance. It is the peace we come back to when it seems there is something to be angry, frustrated, or confused about. You know, I think I learned something today.
Welcome to What's in a Word. For the month of January, we are doing Full of It, where we're talking about how those qualities that we seek, we already have within us. It's just up to us to move into that place. So what I'm going to do each week is break down the word of the week into a way that helps us more fully embody the ideas. So let's get going. This week's word is peace. The first letter, P, perfection. I know it sounds funny. We know perfection doesn't really exist. And that's kind of the beauty of it all. If you look at everything in nature, everything man-made, no matter how brilliant and beautiful, you can always find some sort of a flaw. So in that sense, everything already is perfect. So knowing that, we can let go a little bit and not have to strive to have things absolutely perfect, realizing that the way things are is okay for right now. We can still strive to make things better, but we can let go and just allow things to be perfectly imperfect. That's the beauty. Our second word, E, eternity. On a grand scale, you've heard people say this. Will this thing matter in 100 years? And usually the answer is probably not. But if you ask the question, will this thing matter in 1,000,000 years? The answer is always no. So with that knowing that we are in eternity, no beginning, no end, it'll always be going through the cycles. We can, again, just let go. All these little things that get us so worked up, they really don't hold that much weight in eternity. So that frees us up a little bit to be at peace with the things in our life. A is acclimation. We have to learn how to be in that state of peace. It's not our normal state. It's kind of the exception. Mankind, for millennia, have been preparing for war. When things are going good, we're kind of waiting for the other shoe to fall. We just have that natural, distrustful nature. But if we can have that feeling of peace and get used to it and experience it more and more, then that will help move us towards that. So where is it that you feel peace in your life? Is it maybe on a swim, walk in nature, prayer, meditation? Pay attention to those moments that you have where you feel peace and see how you can expand it, longer duration, and how can you make that feeling happen more frequently. That peace become the norm and all that other stuff will fade into the background. The next is C, for choice. Everything is a choice. That's what life is. So number one, if you want peace to be a bigger priority in your life, you have to make that choice. But once you do, amazing things happen. And it comes down to little individual choices that we make in our life too. When you have a difficult decision coming up, breathe and ask yourself, which option will lead to more peace in my life? And I think you'll be amazed. Most of the time, it's the right answer. And the times that it doesn't seem to be, one, you can feel good knowing that you tried. And two, in hindsight, in eternity, in a longer amount of time, you can look back and see how a lot of times that thing that didn't look like it created more peace actually did in the long run. So make the choice, and that's going to lead you towards a life of more peace. The last one is E, evolution. This is what we're all about. Soul Evolution Collaborative. We are talking about personal transformation for communal evolution. Evolution is where life adapts to make life more enjoyable. Now, on a physical level, it typically happens over a species and over generations. But on a mental level or spiritual level, it can happen for the individual within their own lifetime, and actually it can happen in an instant. By making that choice, by changing our perception and the story we tell ourselves, we can honestly see a life change in an instant. So that's where we're at. Make that choice. If you want peace in the outer world, it's not going to happen until you have peace in your own world. And that's what we're about. So I hope you join us on a Thursday night for the gathering, because this is when we come together with like-minded people. You get to participate, and the more deeply you look into these ideas, the more deeply you embody them. And that is going to make the world a better place. Thank you. Have a wonderful week. Peace.
Thank you for being here, and an even bigger thank you for watching it to the end.
It's our hope that this has brought you some things to think about. If you would like to dive in deeper, join us in conversation on Thursday night. We will explore these topics and whatever else might come up.
If this message resonates with you, please click like, share, and join our Facebook community, and sign up for our newsletter on soulevolutioncollaborative.org.
This is just the beginning, and we are excited to bring this philosophy to the masses.
Be on the lookout for videos, classes, workshops, and eventually in-person gatherings.
The Soul Evolution Collaborative is supported and made possible by people like you. If you feel called to pay it forward, like those who have come before us, feel free to donate by clicking the donate button or visiting soulevolutioncollaborative.org and finding the donate link on our website. As an outreach of the Orlando Center for Spiritual Living, all donations are tax deductible and greatly appreciated.
We'll see some of you on Thursday night at 7.
Check out our website for more details on how to join.
Everybody else, we'll see you next week.